Welcome to the team call. I'm excited there are so many people on tonight. So we didn't really have a topic picked for tonight. So I decided to just do a Q&A, and I asked you guys to post any questions or any topics you wanted to talk about in our team page, and I would address those first. So we had actually quite a few really good questions, and I am just going to start from the top. So Kaylee asked, she said, I'd like to hear about building your team, strong coaches versus having discount coaches. I'm in the process right now, and I know a lot of other ladies are struggling here as well. Okay, so first of all, if you want to make this into a full-time income, into a successful business, you absolutely, positively have to build a team. There is no way that you can just make this into a super successful business that will support you just off of earning commissions off of what people order from you. So the first thing is that you have to build a team. The cool thing is that the business opportunity is actually the best part about coaching. It's the coolest thing that we can offer people. It's way better than any of our health and fitness programs because it can change their life in a much bigger, much more profound way. And it includes the health and fitness aspect too. So I get this question a lot. You know, we talk about discount coaches versus business building coaches, and you don't want a team full of discount coaches because the whole purpose of building a business is to have coaches that will also build a business or are also interested in building this into a business to create lots of volume underneath you. So here's the thing. You're going to have quite a lot of discount coaches on your team, no matter what. So number one, don't discount coaches because you never know what's going to happen. They could sign up as a coach just for the discount at the beginning. And you'll hear a lot of top coaches talk about this, how they signed up to be a coach just for the discount at the beginning. They had no intention of coaching. And then they just fell in love more and more with the programs and products. They started talking about them because they were getting great results, and people started asking them about them. And so they're like, okay, wait, maybe I can do this coaching thing. People are asking me about what I'm doing. So just because somebody signs up as a discount coach to begin with does not mean that they will not become a coach, an active business building coach later on. It might not be the right time for them right now. They might need to develop more of their own story. They might need to develop more of a belief in the programs and products before they feel comfortable sharing them with other people. You never know. But don't just push them aside and say, oh, if they're going to sign up because they just want to be a discount coach, then I'm not going to let them sign up. Because number one, discount coaches are awesome because those are loyal customers. Those are people you know love Shakeology. They love the programs and they love them so much. They're going to be getting them very often, and so they want the discount. So look at it as kind of a step between being just a regular customer and a business building coach. You don't want your team to be all discount coaches. Obviously, that's not what you want to always lead with. But the reality is that 20% of your coaches are going to produce 80% of your results. So that means that 80% of your coaches are either going to be discount coaches, coaches that sign up and do absolutely nothing, that you never hear from, say they want to do something and don't do it, but that's the reality. 20% of your coaches are going to produce 80% of your results. So you're looking for that 20%. Those are your dream coaches, are those 20%. The rest are, either going to be discount coaches that stay discount coaches. They're going to be discount coaches that end up becoming business building coaches. They're going to be discount coaches that eventually go inactive and fall off and decide to cancel. All of that stuff is going to happen to you. It's just part of this business, so prepare yourself for it. But yes, it's going to be a combination, and most likely the people that join your team at the beginning, the ones that get you to Emerald or to Diamond, are not going to be the ones that stick with you through the long term. So don't get so picky about adding people to your team that you're not adding anybody, because what we need to do is we need to put this opportunity in front of as many people as we can. Let them figure out if it's for them once they sign up. We give them all the tools. You help them get started. You're their mentor. You do everything in your power to help them, but ultimately it's up to them. But we want to give them that chance because you just never know. I always like to say the people that you think are going to be great at this business and are going to be your top coaches on your team usually end up doing nothing. And the people that you don't think are going to do anything usually end up being your top coaches. So you can't judge people at the beginning. And, in order to get to certain ranks like Diamond, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star Diamond, you have to have a certain number of coaches on your team, and they're not all going to be business building coaches. So to be a Diamond coach, you have to have at least 8 coaches on your team, 4 on each side, and 2 of those coaches, 1 on each side, has to be Emerald. To get to 1-star Diamond, you have to have 10 they have to be active coaches too. You have to have 10 active coaches on your team, and one of those coaches has to be a Diamond coach. So with each rank, you have to have more active coaches on your team. And some of those coaches are going to be discount coaches. One of my active coaches for the last 2 years has been my mom. She drinks Shakeology. She loves it. She does absolutely nothing in terms of coaching other than she talks about Shakeology and the programs to all of her friends, which is amazing. But she doesn't coach. She just refers them all to me. She just likes getting the discount. So you just never know. It's always going to be a combination. If someone is interested in coaching, I would sign them up as a coach. Whether they're interested in coaching for the discount or for actually business building, I would sign them up as a coach because you want to get yourself to Emerald, because once you get to Emerald, you're eligible for the Team Cycle bonus and for free leads and free customers if you hit Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. And then, that only goes up from there. So just to give you guys kind of an idea of like how important it is to build a team if you want to really make a living doing this or make, a significant income. I looked at my breakout from a couple of weeks ago, one of my best weeks that I've had in my 2 years in this business. And I made, so I'm going to share this with you guys. I made almost $970 in my first business center in a week. And of that $970, only $130 was commission from things that people ordered from me. So not much. The rest of it was, actually, I lied. Okay, I got to do the math. Okay, that was 130. Okay, $260 out of the 970 was commission off of what people ordered from me. The rest of it, $702, was Team Cycle bonus. So the majority of your income once you start building a team will be off of what your team is doing and off of what you're doing to help mentor them to succeed. And that's what you want, because that's the residual income that everybody talks about, where if you're not, my retail commission that week was $71.49. So that's not much. And if I didn't have a team, that would have been my paycheck for that week. But because I've built this team and you guys are all amazing and working on building your own teams, that is where the majority of my income is coming from. And that's what I want the majority of your income to come from too. And that's going to come from building a team that's a combination of business building coaches and discount coaches. And it's always going to be that way. So hopefully that answers Kaylee's question. The next question, how to stay positive when you aren't getting the results you want. So this has a lot to do with vision. You're not always going to be positive. You're not always going to be happy. You're not always going to be motivated to do what you need to do every single day. But that's why it's so important to have your vision and your why and have it be so strong, because that's what pulls you through on the days and the weeks and sometimes the months where you're just kind of feeling in a slump. You have to understand that this business takes time. So you see a lot on the national wake up calls, on like these trainings, like on the team calls, on the Entrepreneur Academy. You're seeing people that are very, very successful in this business. A lot of them have been coaching for 4, 5, 6 years. Some of the coaches on the National Wake Up Call have been coaching for 7 or 8 years. So we're talking more than a couple weeks. We're talking more than a month. We're talking more than a year, more than 2 years. You know, Joelle Cease, the leader, co-founder of the Misfit Republic team, she's been coaching for 6 years. So when you're not getting the results immediately that you're looking for, you have to keep that in mind, that this business takes time. And if you were at Summit, Gary Vee talked about this. He said most of the people, or the majority of people that are coaches, will not be successful. Number one, because they just don't have enough patience. They're not willing to put in the work for the amount of time that is needed in order to succeed. So you have to understand that when you're starting this business, you're putting in a lot of work for very little at the beginning. This business is kind of like an exponential growth curve. So it starts out here and it's like flat. You're putting in a lot of work, but you're not seeing a lot of results. And then at some point, once you like figure out what you're doing, which can take, it varies for people. Some people get it right away. They already have a network built. People already follow them for health and fitness. It just comes a little more naturally to them, or they're just willing to really push themselves and do things that scare them. Those people, obviously, it's going to grow faster than if, you're starting from scratch, you're learning this. You've never done anything like this, which none of us have ever done anything like this. So that actually doesn't even matter. But so it starts out really flat. You're putting in a lot of work for very, very little. And then at some point, when you hit that point, it starts to go up and you see, okay, now I'm getting a little more result for the work I'm putting in. And eventually it goes straight up exponentially. And you go from putting in a lot of work for very little to little work for a whole heck of a lot. So you have to know that that's kind of what is going to happen, and you have to keep that vision in mind and just be willing to push yourself and learn and try new things and know that you're going to fail a lot. Like, you're going to try things a lot that don't work. I try things all the time that do not work at all. And I'm like, wow, that post sucked. Like, I thought it was great. I thought it was going to get this awesome response, and nobody liked it. So I deleted it and I spent all this time writing it. But you're going to try so many things, and you're going to have to tweak, and you're going to have to go back, and you have to be kind of scientific about it, and you have to be curious about it. You have to be willing to look at it objectively, not subjectively, and kind of take your emotions out of it and say, okay, this didn't work. That doesn't mean that I can't do this. It just means that something that I said or something that I am doing isn't resonating with people, and I need to figure out what will. And figuring it out just means trying new things. So hopefully that answers that question. why it's important to be organized, and different ways to do so. So it is so important to track what you're doing, and I urge you to track what you're doing as soon as you start this business, because otherwise people will fall through the cracks. If you're adding 3 to 5 new people every day and you're talking to 3 to 5 new people, you're going to have a lot of conversations going on, and you're going to lose track of who you've invited, what you've invited them to, who you've talked about what to, whose goals are what. It's all going to get messed up in this big jumble of information. And just using your Facebook messages is not a way to track. You either need to be writing it down in a notebook, just like paper and pen. People use just a notebook. They'll write the date. They'll write the names of the people they added, the names of the people they were talking to, like a quick little note about what they were talking about so that they can flip back quickly. So that's one way you can do it. Another way is just Excel. A lot of people like using Excel, do a very similar thing where they just write the names of the people and keep track of it that way. Some people just do, and there are tracking like sheets people have made up that you can use. You can print out like one for every day of the week and track that way with those sheets, but those are basically the same as, writing it down. You're using Excel. You can get a little more fancy and use something like Streak in Google. That's what I use. It is a free software for Gmail that you can, it's like sales funnels, but you can set it up any way you want. And I track, who my new friends are, who my new people are that I'm talking to every day, who I've invited, what I've invited them to, what they're interested in. But you have to keep track of that stuff, because if you don't keep track of that stuff, how are you going to follow up with those people? You're not. And then they're going to get lost, and they might not come to you when they're ready. So it's really, really important to do this and to find a way that works for you. And you might try like 5 different ways before you find something that works. But if you find something that works, just stick with it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just keep it simple and just write down who you're talking to, what you're talking to them about, who you've added. Make sure you're working from a list in terms of whether it's a Facebook friends list, and make sure you're always updating that list. So you have your initial list of your 100, 200, 300, 500, how many ever people you have in your network. And I urge you to use your Facebook friends list to develop that, and the memory jogger exercise to do that as well. You have that initial list. But as you're adding new people into your network, you need to add those people to that list so that that list never runs out. Then when you go to do your new conversations, your invites every day, you just work from that list. That's how you do your power hour in an hour. If you're not tracking and you're not working for a list, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way you're going to do a power hour in an hour, because you're going to spend so much time trying to figure out who you want to talk to, who you need to follow up with. That's going to take like 10 minutes alone just to figure that stuff out. So get efficient with your tracking, and it will save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches in the future. And do it right now, right when you're starting. Otherwise, you're going to have so many conversations going on that it gets hard to go back and try to start tracking. Steph said, I just started using Streak and I love it. It was not organized before. I started using it and it has helped a lot. And Streak is what I use too. And I like that I can put, I can like categorize things, and it's really, really simple. It might take you a little bit to figure it out, but once you have it figured out, it's a really, really easy system to use. So that's that one. Next, the different types of challenges you can run as a coach to keep people interested and engaged. So there's our challenge groups, which obviously is the main type of challenge that we run. You can do challenge groups that are program specific, or you can do challenge groups that are multi-program. I like to do challenge groups that are multi-program because it exposes people in the group to other workout programs. You can run them by yourself. You can run them with other coaches. I personally like to run them with other coaches. I think they go way better. There's way more excitement. There's way more interaction. And it takes some of the responsibility off of your shoulders when you're running it with a couple other coaches. So there's challenge groups, and then there's free groups. Actually, there's something in between. So you can do your challenge groups, which can be 21 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I like to keep my challenge groups to 30 days, even if people are doing like a 60-day or a 90-day program, because you'll notice people start to fall off. And so just restarting the group with a few new people and adding that same person who's on their 60-day program into that group, it just reignites them and it gets them really excited to start again, and it keeps their energy up being paired with other people who are just starting. So that's the first type. You also can do like Shakeology challenges, which I do every once in a while. Usually 5-day Shakeology challenges. And this gives people a way to try Shakeology before they have to buy a whole bag of it, which a lot of people are interested in doing because they don't want to invest in a whole bag before they've even tried it. They don't know if they like it. So there's two ways you can do this. You can do a 5-day challenge, or you can do a 7-day challenge. I like to do the 5-day challenge, and what I'll do is, I'll put a post up about the challenge, and then I'll get everybody who's interested to let me know like what flavor they want, and then I'll order a box of packets of like a combo pack. So I'll say, okay, here are the flavors. It's cafe latte, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And then I'll ask them, what flavors would you like? And they'll tell me. And then I'll go in, and once I have everybody's flavors, I'll go in and I'll order a box of, the Neapolitan combo, or a box of the barista combo, and I'll get them. And then I'll package each person's 5 Shakeology packets in an envelope, and I'll mail it to them. And for a 5-day challenge, I think I charge $30, and that includes shipping. So actually, no, $25. Yeah, $25. And that includes shipping. So it's $4 a Shakeology pack, which is less than what they would pay to get it, but more than what I pay to get it. And then I charge $5 for shipping. So I just say $25 total for 5. And usually people like to do that better than the second way, which is doing like a 7-day Shakeology group and having them order the Shakeology 7-day sampler on their own. For some reason, people just like sending you the money on PayPal and you sending them the packets a little bit more than having to go on and order the 7-day sampler. But you can do either one. You can try them both, see which one works best for you. So that's another group you can do. And then free groups. And the cool thing with free groups is they are limitless. Like, you can do a free group about anything. It does not have to be a clean eating group. It does not have to be some sort of like workout group. It could be like a hydration group. It could be a crock pot group like Allie just did, which was awesome. It can be about anything that you are interested in, that you want to teach people about. There's a coach on Tanya's team, Amy Porto. She's really into dog training. So she does a lot of free groups that are related to dog training. And that's a way for her to attract her ideal customer to her, because she wants to work with people who also love their dogs and are interested in that kind of a topic. So it doesn't have to have anything to do with health and fitness or clean eating or anything like that. Get creative. Find something that you love to do and then do a free group around it. So if you have a strong faith, maybe there's something you can do related to that. Maybe if you're interested in positive thinking, you could do like a 7-day free 7-day positive thinking group. You could do like a meditation group if you're interested in that. Like anything, the sky is the limit with free groups. But they're a great way to start building relationships with new people because you're offering something of value for free. How to work on your personal struggles to be a better coach for yourself and your challengers. Personal development. That's what you got to do. You've got to figure out if you're struggling in an area, get a book, a personal development book on that area. You're going to have to learn new things to be a successful coach, because if you didn't have to learn anything new, we'd all be successful at this right from the beginning. But we aren't, because it takes work. So one thing that I love to do personal development on is mindset, and using your thoughts and your beliefs and what you say to yourself every day to help you be more successful. I actually just started rereading the book, Train Your Brain. One of my favorite books for learning how to have a positive mindset. There's another one that I was just reading, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. In our Diamond group, we're reading Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, which actually I would recommend every single person read, because it will really prepare you for what this opportunity in this business can be like. And so if you read that book, you can be like, oh, okay, like this is normal. Like this stuff that's happening to me is totally normal, and I don't need to be freaking out about it. So that's a great book. But yes, when you're having struggles, you need to find personal development that has something to do with that kind of struggle. That's what personal development is for. Next question, getting a file of pics and videos you can post 3 to 5 times a day. So I know, Missy, you asked that question. Any suggestions would be great. I don't really have like a file of pictures and videos. I mean, I take pictures of a lot of stuff. So I would recommend doing that just throughout your day. Take pictures, if you put on a cute outfit, take a cute selfie. And if you put on, take a picture every time you work out, take a selfie. Take a photo of your meals that look good. If it's a beautiful sunset, I'll take a picture of it to use in a post later on. Just take pictures of things throughout your day, and you will quickly get a stockpile of photos. If you're wanting to create videos, I would pick a day and create a bunch of them at once. So like I used to create workout videos, like little clips. I don't really do it anymore. I just use my workouts that I'm doing as video clips. But when I used to do that, I would, and I know Julia would do this too, I'd be like, okay, on Tuesday at 3:00 in the afternoon for like an hour, I'm going to just record a bunch of quick videos. And then I have all of those to use in the future. I just have to go back and like edit them or trim them or whatever. But that's kind of the only thing I do. I kind of post on the fly. I know some people like to plan. I plan my posts out on Sundays, just like I write a brief like couple words of what I want to post each day. So I have a plan. But then throughout the week, that plan gets adjusted. Like I will follow it for some of the posts. Things will come up that I want to talk about that are not on my posting plan that I'll just talk about. So I like to post on the fly more. And I know some other people do, but if you like to plan your posts, you could sit down and write a bunch of them out at once. And then you have them, save them in like a Google Drive. So you can have them on your phone. You can schedule them in advance with Buffer app or Hootsuite. Or if you have a like page, you can schedule your posts directly on Facebook on your like page. Here's something I do want to say about like scheduling your posts. I've had a few coaches say, but Lauren, I hate it when my post says Hootsuite on it. You guys, Nobody else knows what Hootsuite is. Okay? Like your friends on Facebook don't know what Hootsuite is. They do not notice that there's a little gray Hootsuite word under your post when you post it. I promise you. They do not know that it's scheduled. So get over it. Like, if you're having trouble getting your posts up because you're, working at noon, but you want to get a post up at noon, schedule it in advance and then go back and like interact on Facebook and you'll be just fine. Nobody will notice. We only know because we're coaches and we know what it is.
Can I interrupt you for a second, Lauren?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I just lost a ton of my pictures, and a lot of it was my business stuff because I take photos of everything all day long, my food, my kids, my scenery, everything. I have a file on my Google Drive that is specifically Team Beachbody posts. And I put, like, anytime I see something on Pinterest, anytime I see something, a picture, anything that I want to use as a post, I automatically throw it in there. So, like, I looked at it again, and I had, after, like, I got everything erased, I looked at it, and I had some of the things that I actually thought I had lost and I hadn't posted yet. So I can have those in that folder anywhere that I want from any device, and I can work on them, because, I have 2 kids, so I'm busy all the time. And everybody works, and everybody's got their own lives. So I can either pull up my phone like while I'm driving and make a quick post and then save it in that Google Drive to post on like Sunday or something. But find a place that Google Drive is awesome for that. You're right, Lauren, because you can make a separate folder and you can literally just think, and just especially if you have an iPhone. I'm not sure how other operating systems work, but there's an option to save on your Google Drive every single time you save something in your phone. So it's super simple.
And Google Drive is awesome because it's not like iPhone specific.
Right.
Google is Google, so you can get it on another device.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever you put, as long as whatever you put into Google Drive on your computer will show up on your phone. And whenever you put it on your phone, it'll show up on your computer. So you'll always have it with you. And like Mandy said, she erased all of her stuff. So, maybe not rely so much just on like your photo albums on your phone. But also once you start posting consistently on Facebook and you've been doing it for a while, your Facebook's going to become like kind of like a drive as well. And you can reuse posts. You guys, I do this sometimes. Like I go to, once you've been coaching for a while, I'll go back to the, where is it? The, memories, every morning how it pops up like memories from previous years. I'll go look at that. I'll look at what I posted, last year, 2 years ago, because some of them are great posts. And I'm like, hey, that was an awesome post I made. I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to use it again. So don't be afraid to reuse posts like a few months later. Most likely, actually, people are not going to remember that you posted that a few months ago. And there's going to be a lot more new people seeing it for the first time. So if you have some great posts, use them again. And that actually helps to take off a lot of the pressure too of always coming up with new things to talk about, is to have that and check that out. So that's another tip in terms of that. I can't believe it's already 8:37. Those were the only questions that I had in the team page. So I'm going to unmute, or actually, do I have to unmute or can you guys unmute yourselves? Wait, was there another one? No, okay. I will unmute you guys and we'll just open it up. And if you guys have other questions you want to ask me about or things you want to talk about, we can do that. So does anybody have any other questions they thought of while in between the time of when I posted the call and now? Now's your chance. Ask away.
I'm going back and looking at what I posted about earlier today, about that preview. The 30-day, or the 30-day Beachbody On Demand preview. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. So Mandy asked, has anyone ever promoted using the 30-day free trial of Beachbody On Demand to let people in on the sneak peeks? And yes. That's a great way to get people into seeing what Beachbody On Demand is all about and letting them try the new workout program. So she noticed that the next sneak peek for Core de Force is on Monday, October 24th. And I would highly suggest that you guys put that out there, that they can try this new program on Beachbody On Demand, and it can be free if they use the 30-day free trial. The only thing about the 30-day free trial, which I tell everyone that signs up for it up front, before they even go to sign in to get it, I tell them it's going to ask you for your credit card. It will not charge them. It will only charge them if they do not cancel the club membership by the time their 30 days are up. So if they hit 31 days and they haven't canceled it, then it's going to charge them $40. And that $40 is for the next 3 months of Beachbody On Demand. So the way Beachbody On Demand works is it's charged quarterly and it's charged up front for the next 3 months. So I always let people know that before they sign up. Otherwise, I guarantee you they're going to come back and they're going to say, hey, it's asking me for my credit card. Why is it asking me for my credit card? Am I going to get charged? So just be upfront with them from the beginning and tell them exactly what that's all about. But I use that today because I've had a lot of people that have been interested in Turbo Fire because I've been posting about Turbo Fire every single day. So that's another thing. If you guys post about a workout program every single day, which you should be doing because we all should be doing a workout program, people are going to start asking you about it. It doesn't matter what program you're doing. They're going to start asking you about it if you are posting about it consistently. So I've been posting a video of me doing Turbo Fire every day, and I cannot tell you how many people are like, oh my God, that program looks so fun. I want to try Turbo Fire. So that's a great way for me to get them to try Beachbody On Demand too, because Turbo Fire, the entire program, plus the advanced workouts, plus the bonus workouts, is on Beachbody On Demand. And you don't have to pay for it. Like, it's just there. So you could do a 30-day free trial, do 30 days of Turbo Fire, try the Core de Force sneak peek, and then they could decide, oh, I want to keep doing Turbo Fire. Okay, I'll pay, the $13 a month, which is what it works out to, which is way less expensive than any gym that I ever was a member of. I want to do that. Or they could be like, oh, I tried Core de Force. I loved it. I want to order Core de Force. Or I tried another program. I loved it. I want to order that. So yeah, get as many people into trying Beachbody On Demand with that 30-day free trial, because that's gold. That thing is awesome.
So in reference to that, I have a girl who wants to sign up as a coach. It's a discount coach right now, but she's thinking about building. But she wants to do Core de Force specifically. And so I offered to get her set up with, a challenge pack, like sign her up as a coach now with a challenge pack, and then get her, have her order Core de Force comes out. And I was thinking about doing the on-demand challenge pack. And then she was like, well, I don't really want to purchase 2 things right up front. I'm like, okay, that totally makes sense. And then I remembered that there's a free 30-day trial. So how would I go about signing her up? Should I wait to sign her up as a coach when she signs up for Core de Force and just have her do the free 30-day, like, on demand right now and just wait? Or how would I do that?
Well, is she drinking Shakeology?
Not right now. No, she hasn't started anything yet. But she wants to. Yes, she wants the whole thing.
Well, then what I would do is I would have her do the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack, Because what that is you get 3 months of Beachbody On Demand plus Shakeology for $140. So that's the same as if she was going to sign up as a coach, then order Shakeology. That would be $140 basically, because you would pay the $40 sign up fee. Then once you're signed up, Shakeology is about $100. So that would be $140. And then she doesn't get the 3 months of Beachbody On Demand. If she wants to start Shakeology right away, that's what I would do. And then you can say, when Core de Force comes out, you can just actually get it on demand for like half the price. Probably going to be like $30 on demand. So once you have on demand, you can purchase programs just for on demand, and they're only like $30. So if you have on demand and you want to get the 21 Day Fix Extreme, you can purchase it just for on demand. It's $30. Then you don't get the DVDs, you don't get the portion control containers, you don't get any of that. It's just on demand. So if you ever cancel on demand, you lose the program. But if you're planning on, you know, if you love on demand and are going to keep it, it's a way to get programs for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, see, she needs like the containers and all that stuff too. So, okay, good. I'm glad I asked that because she's been asking me like 10,000 questions, and I'm just like,
I mean, it depends on how quickly she wants to start with her Shakeology.
Right.
But of course, it's probably going to be like $60 just for the base package.
Right.
So
we still have 2 weeks until we can order those. So coaches, it launches for coaches on the 31st, and then for customers, it launches on the 1st, right?
No, the challenge packs launch on the 31st for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Most people are saying the 1st because they want people to order on the 1st to count for Success Club points for November. But if you're like relying on Core de Force to help you get Success Club in October, then I would definitely have people order on the 31st. It will be available, but only the challenge packs will be available on the 31st. The base pack and like the deluxe pack and stuff, that becomes available on November 1st. And then for the whole month of November, you can only order that program through a coach. It won't be available on just teambeachbody.com.
Right, so it's exclusive through
a coach.
Okay.
Anybody else have any other questions? No? Nobody? Nothing else. Okay. Well, if that's it, then we will wrap this thing up, and next week, I believe Allie Peterson is going to be leading the call. I'm not sure what the topic is yet, but she always does a great job, so I'm excited. And yeah, hopefully you guys don't have any questions. I'm here to help, so if you do. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. So with like the new coach training that I run, I have the group, I make the posts. But if your coach is in the new coach training, you need to be in there checking in on that coach, seeing what they're doing for their assignments, commenting on what they're doing, asking them if they have any questions. It's not my job to train this whole team's new coaches. It's very time consuming. And I've noticed that some coaches on our team will just throw their new coaches into that group and then do nothing. And that new coach has no idea what to do. So that actually really makes me mad because we're supposed to be mentors. So if you are putting a new coach into the new coach training that I run, you need to also be in that group. You need to be checking it daily. You need to be checking your new coach's assignments. You need to be following up with them, and you need to be mentoring them because that's what your job is as their coach. It's not my job. They're not my personally sponsored coach. I develop the training and I happily run it every month. But if you're relying on me to go through all of your coach's stuff, that's just not fair. So if you're putting a new coach in that group, please be active in that group. Give that coach direction. Check in with them. I've had a couple new coaches reach out to me and have no clue what they're doing, have no idea where to start because their coach just threw them in that group and then left them there and didn't tell them anything about it. They didn't even know, how to get started. So I happily run those groups and they seem to be working really well. We get a lot of really good feedback on the content, but you guys need to be active in them as well. And same for coaching sneak peeks. So last time we had like 70 people in the coach sneak peek and like nobody interacted, which really upset me too. If you're putting people into the coaching sneak peek, if you're putting like prospects or people that are interested in coaching in there, you better be in there commenting on the videos, asking your coaches or your people that are in the group, if they have questions, if they saw the video, encouraging them to participate. Those groups are not effective when everyone's a fly on the wall and nobody's talking. And this last month, it was crappy. It was crappy. None of the coaches in the group were participating. None of the people in the group were participating. It's our job to really get the vibe up and get the energy up. And once people start seeing other people commenting on stuff, they're like, oh, I'm supposed to comment too. If they see all of us introducing ourselves, they're going to be like, oh, I've got to introduce myself too. I've got to talk about this too. So we have to set the example. We have to keep the energy high and keep the excitement high so that they're excited about it. If we're not doing that, these groups are not going to be successful at all. I promise you that. So please, if you're putting people into groups, be active in that group. You'll get a lot better results out of it, I promise. Because what you put into it is what you get out of it.
When's the next new coach training?
The new coach trainings start the first week of every month. So it'll start, I guess this time it'll start on October 31st because November 1st is a Tuesday. So not next Monday, but the following Monday it'll start. And I always post the link to it so you guys can add your coaches in the week before or a couple days before it starts. And the new coach training is a 5-day quick start that I do, followed by a 10-day self-paced training. And they have the rest of the month to complete the 10-day self-paced training. And I just ask that, they are posting in the group as they're going through the different assignments and taking their coach in the post so that you guys can all see it. But it basically walks them through all the main points of coaching. So that is all I've got. If no one else has any questions, we'll wrap it up. And
go to bed, Prego.
I'm going to go to bed. And Mandy's going to stay up and probably...
I'm going to go sweat because it's my time.
So, I will see you guys all next week. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.